into the front court, taking her time. McCarthy sets a high screen for Stein. A three, deep one is very good. Coughs it up, 2 apiece, 3 minutes gone by. McCarthy, a J from the baseline, feathery.
Wade looking for a lane to drive, gets inside, now kicks it to the corner. Megan Muir for 3 and good.
Will dribble out the clock as she watches the time expire. Your Bedford Bulldogs are Division I NHIAA state champions.
And welcome everybody to Exeter High School, Exeter Gymnasium for this evening's state semifinals featuring the Bedford Bulldogs and the Concord Christian Kingsmen. I'm Corey Munster-Tiger for BCTV and WBNH. I'm joined here really high above the court, all the way up in the stands by Mike Top. Mike, we're talking a little bit about both of these teams leading into tonight's game. What are your thoughts as we approach the action in just about 4 minutes from now?
I mean, obviously, we talk about on paper, you know, the Bulldogs definitely have the advantage. 18-0, I think it is, versus 14-4. Concord Christian, you know, they gave them a run, but lost by 14 when they played during the year. But this is truly David versus Goliath. You have 4-time state championship game. Bedford, 2 state champions in the last 4 years. Concord Christian, 120 students. 3 years ago, they were in Division 4. They won that, moved up to Division 3, won that, moved up to Division 2, won that, and now they're in Division 1. So, you know, we can say all we want about it on paper, but you know, they're motivated. They want to come out. They got nothing to lose. They're going to give the Bulldogs a game.
That's an impressive run to go from division to division and win all the way along. I'm looking over at the right side of the court here with their black uniforms on, blue numbers, little white outline. I mean, they're shooting about 80% from the floor during warm-ups. I know it's a little different than real game action, but sharpshooters galore for the Concord Christian Kingsmen.
I was going to say, if you've ever seen the movie Pleasantville, there's a scene where they're just making shots. That's what it looks like right now. Just every shot's going in.
Great story. As you mentioned, 14-4 with the regular season record. They have obviously won their first 2 playoff games, so their total overall record is 16-4. Bedford comes in, as you mentioned, that Goliath. 18-0 regular season, undefeated. Phenomenal run through that schedule. Really only tested twice throughout that regular season. A 5-point win over Pinkerton, the second of 2 games against Pinkerton. And then more recently, back on February 21st, just a 7-point win against Londonderry, who has advanced in the other bracket. So they will be taking on whoever wins this second of 2 semifinals this evening. We'll take a quick moment. We do have a coach's interview for everybody, and then we'll get ready for action here from Exeter Gymnasium. Okay, some technical challenges there with the interview with Coach Gibbs, so we'll just roll with it. About 90 seconds before the horn sounds, teams are still taking their final warm-up shots. But I can imagine Coach Gibbs was talking, and we did have a sneak peek of that interview, talking all about the challenge that they face tonight in Concord Christian.
Little fun, little side note for people that don't know, Sarah Muir, all-state guard for Bedford. Her 7th, 8th, and 9th grade year, she went to Concord Christian, led them to 2 state, or helped lead them to 2 state championships, the Division 4 and the Division 3. One of the few, as 8th grade, was all state. One thing that's interesting, she has a chance to win 5 state titles. I don't know if anyone's ever done that. She won in 8th grade, she won in freshman year, she won last year with the Bulldogs. We'll see, but I think that might be a New Hampshire record.
That is quite a little piece of trivia right there. A nice one. I like that. Sarah Muir now, of course, at the helm for the Bulldogs. She's been having a tremendous season, averaging 9.5 points per game while taking on usually the better of the 2 guards on the opposing team. So a marvelous defensive player as well. Last bits of information being shared by the coaches. Starting lineups will be shared in just a moment. I did mention the Concord Christian team are in their away black uniforms. The Bulldogs are in their home white uniforms, black numbers, red trim. folks are lining up here. Last seconds tick off for the warm-ups, and we are just about underway. Three-man referee crew will be tonight, as we've seen throughout the playoffs here. Semifinal game. Again, we talked about Londonderry. They advanced in tonight's first game as they defeated Windham 51-36 with the final 15-point victory. I understand that Windham was hanging with Londonderry for quite some time, and then Londonderry just started draining threes left and right, and were able to pull away late in that game. Some announcements in the stadium here as we get ready for these starting lineups. We'll see it in just a moment, but we do want to make sure that we're thanking our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage. Both BCTV and WBNH are supported by Primary Bank, the Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Great New Hampshire Restaurants, T-Bones, and the Copper Door. Here come the starting lineups for both teams. For Concord Christian, you see them right there on your screen. For the radio folks, you're not going to see them, obviously. We do have number 3, Ireland Baines, the senior, followed by Emily LeBeau, the sophomore guard, number 23. Number 30, Emma Smith, the junior. Number 31, Kate Smith, also a junior. And number 33, Lily Carlisle, the senior. Carlisle, of course, leading the Concord Christian squad throughout the regular season in points per game at 19.2. For the Bulldogs, we have a familiar lineup that you've seen throughout this regular season. Annie Zink, the junior, number 3. Number 5, Sarah Muir, as we talked about her, she's a junior.
At this time, we ask you
Freshman Eva Zink, number 12. Senior Kate Allard, number 20. And sophomore Melody McCarthy, number 23. We'll join you on the other side of the anthem.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire Restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or CopperDoor.com.
Appreciate those words about our underwriters. And again, we are just about ready for tip-off here at Exeter High School, Exeter Gymnasium. I'm Corey Munster-Tiger, joined by Mike Top for BCTV and WBNH. Radio only tonight, but we will have the broadcast available in the very near future as a replay. Now, be able to pick that up on BCTV's various methods, YouTube, on the app, all kinds of different ways for you to find that. Mike.
Corey, you mentioned the starting lineup. 6 of the 10 starters named to All-State today. Actually, they named it. Special kudos, Kate Allard, Player of the Year. I think the voters recognize, even though she averaged 18 points a game, she didn't play most of the fourth quarters. That could have easily been 25-30.
Geez, I would imagine most of the third quarters either. We are ready for tip-off. It will be Kate Allard. She will be tipping off against Emma Smith for the Kingsmen,
who was second team All-State.
There we go, one bouncing up. There it goes. Tipped back, and the Bulldogs will start things off. Annie Zink brings it over the timeline and gets the Bedford offense rolling. Now fakes the shot deep in the left corner, three-pointer. Now finds McCarthy cutting through the middle. She's blocked, coming through for the offensive rebound, but not able to secure it. Eva Zink. It does go out of bounds, and the Kingsmen will take over. Nice play here on the replay. You see McCarthy getting blocked on her way to the basket. Great defensive play by Concord Christian. In the front court for Concord Christian, here's LeBeau, and it gets turned over. Muir there, as we talked about early on, her defensive skills phenomenal. She tries to go to the hoop and then gets swatted. Lily Carlisle, 2 defensive plays in a row. Phenomenal quick hands to deflect that ball away as Muir was driving to the hoop.
It'll be interesting to see how Concord Christian adapts to the Bedford high pace, fast break that they do. Right, they already got 1 steal. They like to break, they like to throw it ahead. We'll see if Concord Christian, they maybe put a man back. I haven't seen anyone do that yet to the Bulldogs, but
some jitters here as Zink turns it over. She beat her defensive player and then ran into McCarthy. So turn it over there. Here, Carlisle couldn't finish on a nice drive through the lane. Little dish back from McCarthy to Zink. Short off the rim. They tie it up. It'll be a jump ball. Hustle play by Annie Zink ties it up underneath with Ireland Baines. And the possession arrow favors Concord Christian, so the Kingsmen will take over. As we can expect, the state semifinal game, a lot of jitters out here. Players amped up, ready for the action. Carlisle takes it strong to the hoop. Righty lay-in goes. First points on the board, 2-0 Kingsmen.
She's going to look to get out early. I mean, she's second leading scorer in the state. Sarah Muir-Gardner obviously knows her game. They played together for years, but I mean, she's going to look to get going early, I think.
Muir here, cross to Zink. Zink settles things down, resets the offense. Kingsmen playing a man-to-man defense here. Zink looks for the pick and roll up high with McCarthy. Drives hard righty, up off the glass, too strong. Can't get it. Allard flings it back inbounds, and the Bedford Bulldogs have another offensive possession. Muir for 3, buries it. Sarah Muir just off to the left of top center, buries a 3-pointer, and the Bulldogs have a 1-point lead. Carlisle picks up a pick up top. Little jumper in the lane is good. She's got 4.
We'll see. Muir usually doesn't shoot early. We'll see, to get her team going. Maybe she'll start showing them that she has that range.
Muir bounce pass down to the block from McCarthy. Too strong. Air ball all the way over. LeBeau with the defensive rebound. And now the steal by Muir. Muir, little crossover dribble. Hands to McCarthy, going strong to the hoop. She's fouled on the way to the rack. She'll go to the line for 2. Foul likely on Kate Smith.
Foul on the Kingsman, number 23, Emmy LeBeau.
Excuse me, they call it on Emmy LeBeau. That's her first, clearly, as we're still early on here in the first quarter. McCarthy goes to the line for 2. Too strong there. This is the front end.
I mentioned the all-state team, both Muir and Zink on Bedford. Not only all-state second and third team, but all defensive state. You'll see how many steals they get. They earned it.
She earned the second one. 1 point for McCarthy. It's tied at 4 with 5:33 remaining in the first quarter here. State semifinal action here, Division I girls basketball. Muir harassing Carlisle and causes a turnover there. Carry called as Muir showing her defensive prowess, harassing Carlisle and earning that turnover. Zink now will bring it up. Dribbles hard to the elbow, kicks to Muir. She fakes the 3-pointer, crossover dribble. Now Zink will pull from 3. Too strong, long rebound secured by Concord Christian. It goes off of the foot of Allard, who is challenging the rebound, and it'll be Kingsman basketball.
So we're 3 minutes in, and Allard hasn't touched the ball. So I'm guessing in the next 1 or 2 possessions, they're gonna force it into her. They got to get her going.
I would guess Coach Gibbs might run a play specifically for senior number 20, Kate Allard, as you mentioned, player of the year. A little pull-up jumper here. Nice box out by Eva Zink, who pulls down the defensive rebound on the miss. Sarah Muir open for 3 again, pulls the trigger, scores again. On the mark, 6 points early here from Muir. And now she's defending on Carlisle, who turns it over. Muir again, same spot, but she passes it up down low. Eva Zink in transition, a quick 2 points for Zink. The Bulldogs have opened up a 9-4 lead here with 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Emma Smith now off to the left-hand side, picking up a pick and through the lane, off the glass, no good. Ball bounces off of Annie Zink. It will stay Kingsman basketball, as Kate Smith had some room and picked up a pick. Couldn't quite convert that mid-range floater in the lane. Kate Smith will inbound the basketball. She finds her sister Emma Smith, who will take it up top. Reset the offense, picks up a pick, looks for Carlisle on the roll, can't get it to go. Now Zink showing her defensive prowess, harassing the ball handler. Kate Smith dribbles left-handed, gets down to the block. It gets batted away and across the formation. Three-pointer on the way and no good for Emmy LeBeau. Defense pulls down the rebound, and in transition is Kate Allard. Looking to go. Entry pass down for McCarthy. McCarthy kicks it out. Zink, now Muir. Muir drives the lane, 2 steps, gets the lay in, can't get it to go. On the offensive rebound is Eva Zink, and she's fouled on the putback try. Muir had a phenomenal move, 2 giant steps to get to the rack. The lay-in just kind of dangled on the rim and fell off, but Zink was there for the offensive rebound and got fouled on the putback attempt.
We're definitely seeing Muir here a little more aggressive than usual offensively. Defensively, I've never seen anyone more aggressive. You have to, you have to guess, is that because she's playing against her former teammates, wants to prove something? Maybe, but it's working. 2 threes early, getting her teammates involved.
She said it really might be because she's a special player and it's the state semifinals. So
that's true.
Zink makes the first but misses on the second. It's 10-4. Eva Zink has 3. And now Annie Zink out top will defend the ball. Here's Carlisle. Looking to get a little bit of space. Picks up 1 pick, now 2. Shuffling her feet as Eva Zink, and Muir comes from the backside and steals it. Muir over to McCarthy across the lane. McCarthy lays it in for 2. McCarthy has 3 points. The Bulldogs have an 8-point lead, 12-4, with 3:10 left in the first quarter. Emma Smith now, lefty dribble, defended, tries to pick up her dribble, and out it goes. 9-0 run here by the Bulldogs as they come up to the 3:03 mark in this first quarter, and they get another turnover.
I love watching Mel McCarthy run the floor. She plays down low on the block. Still, she's always out in transition, finishes. You don't see that a lot with someone 6'1", 6'2".
Front court player here in the state of New Hampshire has been doing great move there. As we talked about, great. Eva Zink goes to the left hand, drives hard, gets it up off the glass, and lays it in for her 4th and 5th points. Muir challenging Carlisle, gets to the baseline, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound pulled down by Smith. Hands to the other Smith, that's Emma Smith, driving hard, righty, can't get it to go. Zink up quick to her sister, Eva Zink. Puts it up and in, got a friendly bounce from the rim. She has 7 points. She leads all scorers and forces Coach Carlisle to take a timeout for the Kingsmen. 16-4 is your score, 2:17 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing. I don't think Concord Christian is doing anything wrong. They're just overmatched, and Bedford, they have that smothering defense, smothering.
Absolutely. Concord Carlisle scored 2 hoops pretty quick out of the box with Lily Carlisle getting 2 baskets, and they haven't scored since. It's been a 13-0 run by the Bulldogs as they've gotten out in transition a couple times, buried a couple of open threes, and they're showing their offensive firepower.
I would like to call out, because I saw him earlier, Frank Marino, boys varsity coach, coming out to support the girls. Coach of the year, got named Coach of the Year for the boys for the state of New Hampshire. Well deserved. I think the boys preseason, they had them 11, and they got the 1 seed. So definitely well deserved for Coach Marino.
Phenomenal job by Coach Frank Marino. He will play in the semifinals on Wednesday evening. We'll bring you that action right here on WBNH 105.1 and BCTV. We'll have the replay shortly thereafter. We're back in action here. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 16-4 is your score. The Bulldogs lead over Concord Christian. A quick little ticky-tack foul by McCarthy. She'll pick up her first as she got a hand out, grabbed Carlisle on the way by. Didn't seem to affect much, but it will be the first foul on Mel McCarthy. 1:54 to go. Here's Emma Smith up top for the Kingsmen. Reverses dribble. Tries to drive hard, kicks down low to the right side. Pass all the way across the court. Saved by Carlisle, but it had bounced out of bounds, so it's a turnover on the Kingsmen.
I'm just looking at, the matchups here, and Bedford matches up so well against Concord. I mean, Concord, you know, a lot of teams had trouble. They got 3 girls that can score, and Bedford just matches up so well.
They sure do. Just, I mean, the length that they have at all positions. Mirror down, that's Zink down in the left corner. Entry pass to McCarthy. She gets whacked on the way to the rim, and she'll go to the line for 2. Looked like it might be Kate Smith from behind. Nope, they call Sadie Thompson,
11. Sadie Thompson, her first team third.
who has checked in.
Mel McCarthy,
Senior for the Kingsmen, picks up her first foul, 3rd team foul.
Funny thing about Sadie, online I saw she never played basketball in high school until this year. She's an all-state volleyball player who decided to come out and help the team, and she fits right in. Great role player, comes off the bench, 6 feet.
She definitely has some length and is playing some marvelous defense for never having played basketball before. McCarthy's second is on the way and good. She has 4 points. And the Bulldogs have a 13-point lead, 17-4 with 1:20 to go in the first quarter. Carlisle looks to pick up a pick. Nice backdoor pass there on the bouncer. Kicked out for the 3-pointer, and that's good. Kate Smith launches a 3, gets nothing but net. 17-7, and they pull back to within 10. Eva Zink kicks to the corner. Sarah Muir picks up a pick. They try the little give and go, but she goes all the way to the rack. Nice little finger roll, softly in the lane.
Good no call by the ref. I think you could have called a foul. Defense, offensive, he just let it go.
Couple of players playing hard. Good choice. Muir now with 8 points. Gets a little rip and steal. And a turnover for the Bulldogs. McCarthy fakes the 3, sees the cutter, Zink through the lane, pulls down, Muir for 3, same spot. Different result, but right there for an offensive rebound. Eva Zink can't get her own to go, gets her own rebound, and then gets fouled on the 3rd attempt. 19-7 is your score. Bulldogs hold a 12-point lead, and Eva Zink will go to the line for 2 more. 28.3 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
shooting 2.
And the freshman Eva Zink will go to the line. First is on the way and good. Some substitutions for the Kingsmen as Emmy LeBeau comes back in. Carlisle will take a seat for a few minutes. Second is on the way and good for Eva Zink. She has 9 points now and leads all scorers. Freshman getting some run, getting the start, getting some points here in this first quarter. LeBeau for the Kingsmen. Passes off to Emmy Smith. Active defense, active feet, active hands for the Bulldogs, trying to get another turnover. Here's Kate Smith, drives hard lefty on McCarthy. Gets it up off the glass and gets it to go. And there you hear the buzzer as Kate Smith got that off in plenty of time. 2 points for her, 5 overall, 4 for Lily Carlisle. That makes up their 9 points in the first. 21 points for the Bulldogs in that first stanza. 9 by Eva Zink, 8 by Sarah Muir, and 4 by Mel McCarthy.
Heritage Home Service applauding the efforts of teamwork.
Thoughts after that first quarter, Mike?
I mean, Bedford does what they do, right? You smothering defense, get out in transition, unselfish passing, get to the basket. You know, big disparity. Probably every game they've had 5 turnovers for Concord or Christian, only 2 turnovers for Bedford. The amazing thing about that quarter, and you got to feel good if you're Coach Gibbs, Kate Allard didn't have a shot.
Yeah, not too shabby. I mean, the player of the year there, you know, is that because Sarah Muir is being aggressive on the offensive end and trying to spread out that defense? Is it because that was a specific game plan by Coach Gibbs? Either way, it doesn't matter. They have a 12-point lead after 1. They're in good shape. They need to keep up that defensive intensity, keep finding those open shots, and they'll be in good shape.
Yeah, I mean,
Bulldogs with a 8-4 rebounding advantage there in that first quarter, as the size and length is really helping them on the boards. Allard now deep in the left corner. Muir looks for the entry pass, directs traffic. They look for Allard down on the block, who's being guarded by a much smaller player. They get the entry pass, lefty shot no good, gets her own rebound and gets tied up. tied up by Kate Smith. And possession favors Concord Christian, so good defensive stand there by the Kingsmen.
Yeah, good entry pass to her. She had a good look. I thought the entry pass was right where she wanted it. Took the lefty, usually makes that. Got her on rebound, jump ball.
Yeah, tough one there. Carlisle now, who has checked back into the game for the Kingsmen, guarded by Annie Zink. Crossover dribble, gets into the lane, looks to back it down. The double team comes from backside, and we'll get a foul called on Grace Wolf as she came over to help on the double team. Tough one there as Carlisle was putting her head down. It was a great chance to double team, just got a little bit of the arm, so the foul gets called.
They did change. Muir was guarding Carlisle in the first quarter, and now he got Annie Zink. I don't know if it was give Muir a rest or just throw something different at her.
Yeah, I think they were switching that up a couple times. I did see that same matchup a couple of times in the first quarter. Nice roll away from pressure there. Kate Smith, she has 7 high off the glass there with the lay-in. 21-11 is your score. The Bulldogs by 10. Muir drives hard through the lane. Wolf, he brings it lefty in the lane, gets swatted. Good defensive play by Sadie Thompson to prevent that Bulldog attack. And now here's Carlisle. This time guarded by Muir. Drives hard lefty, loses control. Zink pulls away with it. Now she leads the break. Off to her right-hand side, Muir. And they're going to call a travel. Muir shuffled her feet, passed it off to McCarthy down on the block, but while she had it, she shuffled her feet, and they called a turnover.
We haven't talked a lot of family. Bedford has the Allard and the Zink sisters. Concord Christian has the Smith sisters. We also heard that Lily Carlisle is the Smith sisters' cousin. So a lot of families, in this game.
A lot of basketball between those 3 families there. 4 families, I guess. Carlisle gets a little bit of window. Can't get it to go from 3-point land. And Sarah Muir pulls down the rebound. McCarthy will pull a long 2 and gets it to go. 6 points now for Mel McCarthy. And a 12-point lead again for the Bulldogs with just over 6 minutes to go in this first half. 23-11. Carlisle across the court. Here's Thompson. Excuse me, that's Smith. Smith takes a nice lefty shot in the lane off the side of the glass, and now in transition, Kate Allard running the court, lays it in lefty, and those are the first 2 points for Allard, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs throughout the regular season.
I love how Coach Gibbs just gives his players the confidence, just make that pass.
Good hand in the passing lane there by Allard. Tries to get out on the break, and her pass was too short. But I love that. She had great fundamentals, putting the right hand out there in the right spot. Got the deflection and the turnover. Now Carlisle gets herself in trouble. Smith will get the foul called on Grace Wolf. That's her second.
Call the Bulldogs, number 4, Grace Wolf.
25-11 is your score. The Bulldogs by 14 with 5:17 to go in this first half. Eva Zink checks back in for Grace Wolf as she picked up 2 quick fouls. Smith to Carlisle on the inbound. Carlisle looks for room, looks for help. Near side, 3-pointer on the way, too strong. Smith can't get it to go. Defensive board by Eva Zink. And now again, the Bulldogs here back in transition. Mel McCarthy finds Eva Zink at the foul line, dribbles to her right, gets double teamed, kicks it back out to Allard. Annie Zink for 3, too strong, a bit off. Eva Zink battles for that rebound, but Carlisle comes away with it for the Kingsmen. She's got a 3-on-2, she'll take it herself, puts the shoulder down, up off the glass, too strong, can't get it to go. McCarthy now to Zink. They have a 3-on-3. Muir open for 3 near side, too short. Offensive rebound, Annie Zink gets tied up and fouled. Looks like Brooklyn Robbins will pick up that foul.
Ball on the Bulldogs. Check that. On the Kingsmen, number 24, Brooklyn Robbins.
Brooklyn Robbins picks up her first foul. And we'll have a substitution as Mel McCarthy will take a seat for a little while, and Juliet Laws will step out onto the court for the Bulldogs. Kate Allard rips it down, lefty, gets whacked on the way through the lane. No foul called as the ball got loose, and then Allard seemingly picked up a bit of a frustration foul there as Carlisle got the loose ball.
I love how versatile his Bedford team is. Coach Gibbs subs Juliet Laws, a point guard, for his 6'2" center, Mel McCarthy. Like, he just puts, puts 5 people out there, they'll get the job done.
Laws now defending on Smith. That's Emma Smith. Now to Carlisle. Finds the cutter, Kate Smith. Back to Emma Smith. Now guarded by Muir up top. Eva Zink flashes out to help. Here's Robbins. Great defense here by the Bulldogs as they look to break it down. Baines up top. Bounce pass. Here's Emma Smith. Eva Zink harassing her. Now Annie Zink. Almost a double team, and that cross-court pass gets picked off by Laws as they do a marvelous job on that defensive end and cause the turnover. In transition, Brooklyn Robbins will pick up her second foul.
On the Kingsman, number 24, Brooklyn Robbins, that's her second. Team second.
So it'll be Bedford basketball. 3:40 to go here in the first half. 25-11 is the score. The Bulldogs lead by 14.
Definitely a slower second quarter here.
Muir inbounds to Zink. A little hesitation dribble, and then bounces it off her foot. Turnover on the Bulldogs. It makes its way to Carlisle, who's defended by Muir. Strong right hand, looking for help now. She's stuck, changes her pivot foot, doesn't get called. Smith across the court for her sister. Here's Emma Smith. Picks up a pick for Carlisle as they look to try a little pick and roll action. They kick it to the corner, and now it's back to Carlisle up top. Dribbles hard lefty, back righty, tries to get around pressure. It's blocked by Muir. Zink back to transition. Long pass to Muir. They kick to the corner for Allard. In the corner for a three, short. Battling for the rebound, and away with it comes Carlisle. Just under 3 minutes to go here. 25-11.
Great look by Allard. That's what you want. You want to get her in that corner. Wide open three, just a little off.
Got to shoot the open ones, especially when you have that long-range skill like Allard does. Long-range skill here can't be displayed there. Carlisle had a deep three in the left corner. Laws comes away with the rebound. Zink down low to Muir. Gets free. Too strong on the lay-in. Offensive board by Eva Zink. Pulls it away, and it'll be called a jump ball. On the tie-up there was Carlisle. And the possession arrow favors the Bulldogs. 2:22 here in the first half. Still a 14-point lead for the Bulldogs, 25-11. Annie Zink will inbound. Looks for cutters. All the way up top to Muir. Takes 2 or 3 steps, but no call there.
Yeah, the NBA.
Back to Annie Zink. Hesitation. Lefty drive. Lefty finish. Annie Zink has 2. 2:08 to go in this first half. 27-11. And this Bedford Bulldog defense has been smothering. Just 11 points as we approach 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And another block, this time by Allard on Emma Smith as she was driving. Annie Zink finds her sister Eva Zink short on the jumper. Defensive board by Emmy LeBeau.
You can tell at the quarter, Concord Christian, I think their focus was don't let them get out in transition, and that's why we're seeing, maybe, what was that, 8 points? That's all Bedford scored this half, or 6 points, actually, I believe. I think they're doing a great job of getting back on defense, not letting them get those easy buckets.
All the way down in the corner, here's Emma Smith. She'll get fouled by Annie Zink as she popped out. Tried to force Smith out of bounds. She'll get a blocking foul. 1:18 to go here in the first half. Eva Zink takes the seat, and Mel McCarthy comes back in. Emma Smith will inbound for Concord Christian and finds Carlisle across the court. Near side, righty dribble. Pulls for 3. Long one is good. Lily Carlisle saw a little bit of daylight and buried the 3. 7 points now for Carlisle. puts 14 points on the board for the Kingsmen. They still trail by 13. Zink cross-court pass is stolen. Thompson gets the hand in and pulls it away for Concord Christian. Now here's Carlisle, guarded by Muir up top. Tries to get the pick, instead turns it over. Muir on the floor, passes to McCarthy, out in the fast break. Can't get it to go. Zink there for the rebound and the putback. Annie Zink with another 2.
Great cleanup once again. McCarthy getting out on the break.
That's a tough ball. McCarthy on the defensive end, can't get back. Carlisle had a 3, missed it short, and now McCarthy again in transition, picks up her dribble in the lane and gets tied up. Possession, in this case, points down the other way for Concord Christian.
You could see
Coach Gibbs, yeah, go ahead.
He wants him, he wanted Mel to go up. He did not like that jump stop. He wanted her to just go straight up with that.
She's deep in the lane, right in the middle. Plenty of room to go strong to the hoop, and he's saying, don't jump stop, go right to the rim. Here's Emma Smith, lefty. Pass all the way across to Carlisle. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Allard with the defensive rebound. Long outlet pass for Muir. Shot at the buzzer is short, but the Bulldogs come away with this first half lead of 15 points, 29-14 at halftime. The Bulldogs flexing their muscle throughout those first 2 quarters.
Yeah, I mean, I think Concord Christian did a great job at adapting and keeping this a ball game. I mean, after that first quarter, it could have easily just went 25 points, game over, like the Bulldogs' other 2 games. They stopped the break, they hit some shots. They're down 15, but they're in the game.
They absolutely are. Leading scorers for each team, 9 points by Eva Zink. Pushing the way for the freshman. Phenomenal job down low and at the foul line. She was 3 for 4 from the stripe. Sarah Muir with 8 points. Mel McCarthy with 6, 4 for Annie Zink and 2 for Kate Allard. On the other side, only 2 scorers make up the 14 points. Lily Carlisle with 7, Kate Smith with 7. Rebounds in that first half, Bedford with the edge. They have 19 total versus Concord Christian 7 total. Of note, Bedford 8 offensive rebounds. Just tough to keep them off the glass. Again, with their size and strength, their length as well, just getting a lot of second opportunities there for the Bulldogs. We will take a break. We have a few words from our underwriters. We'll probably hear some music on the radio, and we'll join you here for second half action from Exeter Gymnasium. This is the girls Division I New Hampshire State Semifinals on WBNH and BCTV. We'll see you shortly.
BCTV and WBNH thank our underwriters. Primary Bank, New Hampshire's bank for business. PrimaryBankNH.com. The Wicks Insurance Group, serving New Hampshire and the Bedford community with auto, home, life, and business insurance since 1984. TheWicksInsuranceGroup.com. Interim Healthcare of Manchester, personalizing care to help meet your unique health needs. InterimHealthcare.com. Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, your local brokerage boutique. Relationships built on trust. MrsNelsonsNeighborhood.com. Great New Hampshire restaurants. Food tastes better with family. Tbones.com or CopperDoor.com.
And welcome back here to Exeter Gymnasium at Exeter, New Hampshire. Tonight's Division I girls basketball semifinal, as the Bedford Bulldogs have built a 29-14 lead at halftime. Phenomenal first half of action. I'm Corey Munster-Tiger, joined by Mike Topp for WBNH and BCTV coverage tonight. Mike, thoughts from that first half?
I mean, obviously it's the story is the Bedford defense. You see 29-14, Concord Christian, their lowest scoring game was 35 points. So, they're on pace to be well below that. Not only not giving them any open shots, I can't even think, did they get an offensive rebound? There definitely wasn't a lot. And so really it's just defense. Bedford not scoring as much as they usually do, which is why it's still a 15-point lead. But it's just that defense, it just smothers teams.
And some highlights from that first half. We are underway, 8 minutes back on the board. We are going. One highlight for me, Eva Zink, the freshman, 9 points there in that first half. She was averaging just 4.4 points throughout the regular season. Now Mel McCarthy gets a rebound and a putback in the lane and pushes that lead out to 17, 31-14. The Kingsmen now. Here's Carlisle, picks up a pick up top from Kate Smith. Crossover dribble, gets to the lane, short on the lay-in, and now Eva Zink dribbling hard up court, trying to push the action. Sarah Muir spins away from pressure, elbow jumper, good. Sarah Muir with 10 points, the first player tonight in double digits. Now Carlisle presses the action, kicks to the corner. They work it around. Near side, here's Baines. Back up top. Here's Carlisle now. Surveys the scene. Hesitation dribble to the right. Flips it up right. He dangles on the rim and trickles out. Eva Zink with yet another rebound. What a night for the freshman. Annie Zink all the way to the hoop and lays it in. Annie Zink with 6 now. 35-14 and a few quick possessions, and this is a 20-point game. Allard challenged by Emma Smith. She kicks it back out top for Baines. Getting on the floor is Eva Zink. Now Mel McCarthy all the way up near the basket, gets whacked as she's going to the rim. She'll go to the line for 2, and Kate Smith will pick up the foul.
I mean, the one thing for Concord, you know, knowing this team, the one thing that's missing is Emma Smith. She averaged almost 20 points a game during the season. I think she's scoreless today, so obviously they need to get her going if they have any chance to get back in this game.
McCarthy misses the front end.
I say that when Kate Allard's guarding you, it is hard to get open shots.
Sure is.
She's long and quick, and I mean, just has great instincts.
Long and lanky and long arms too as a defender. That's such an advantage on that side of the court. 6:28 to go here in the third quarter. 35-14 is the score. McCarthy looking to cash in on the second of 2. I don't want it to go unnoticed. A marvelous play by Eva Zink, getting on the floor, getting that into transition as McCarthy was able to track down the loose ball. She misses both free throws here, but the hustle is just all over the place for these Bulldogs. Carlisle takes it hard to the hoop. Annie Zink will pick up the foul on the block. Carlisle will go to the line. Couple groans from the Bedford Bulldog faithful. Looked like Zink was there and had good position, but was probably still shuffling her feet, so they do call the block on Annie Zink. That's her second. Carlisle too strong on the front end. Winner of this game again will take on Londonderry Saturday at 4 p.m. at UNH in Lundholm Gymnasium. We will bring you that action if the Bulldogs do make that game. WBNH will carry it live, and BCTV will have the replay. 3 on the way here from Muir is short. Defensive rebound by LeBeau.
Yeah, I mean, Londonderry all season, they were the second best team. I mean, it looked like a 7-point game when they played Bedford.
Here, steal by Muir. Kicks it ahead for Zink. Muir fell backwards though and hit her head on the hardwood. Zink was able to convert on the lay-in, but Muir is still uncomfortable. I think she popped her head on the ground as she made that steal and pass. Tough play there. She's struggling. So as we figure out how she's going to do, we'll talk about the next broadcast. The boys basketball team will be playing on Wednesday night in the state semifinals. They'll be over in Rochester at the Recreation Center. We will bring you that action on WBNH Live, and BCTV will have that replay. A hush comes over this crowd here as there is an injury. Sarah Muir, chasing down a loose ball, fell backwards. Looked like she hit her head pretty hard on the hardwood there. Some replay here. Marvelous steal, as you can see there, just falling backwards. And really hits her back, and I'm not quite sure if her head went all the way back or not, but she took quite a tumble there. She's back on her feet, as you can hear the claps in the arena here, but she'll take a few minutes to gather herself. 5:46 remaining here in the third quarter. After that Zink lay-in, it's 37-15, a 22-point lead for the Bulldogs. The Kingsmen will inbound. And again, we hope that Sarah Muir is okay after that tough fall that she just took. Carlisle pulls from three, gets a little space, well off, air ball, it will go out of bounds and be a Bedford basketball. 5:32 in this third quarter.
I think Concord Christian, they're at a point where any open shot, they got to take it. You know, they're down 22.
Little give and go for Zink. Now back out for Eva Zink. Laws. Across the top for Annie Zink. Tries to get it off lefty and gets blocked. Great defensive play there. Thompson for the Kingsmen. Double team on the sideline there. Somehow finds its way to Carlisle. Up fake. Kicks it back out up top. Finds its way to Emma Smith. She'll pull from three. Too strong. Long rebound for Eva Zink. Over to Annie Zink. Calls for the support. Laws. Lefty dribble. Almost gets her pocket pick. Now kicks to the side. Along the baseline. Now up top for Annie Zink. Allard still very quiet. Just 2 points in that first half. Kick it down on the block for Mel McCarthy. Good footwork. Now across for Laws. Her attempt is short. Rebounded by Kate Smith. Carlisle all the way across the court. Finds an open shooter. Not enough room as the closeout was strong. And now here's Emma Smith. Harassed by Allard. That's that defense that you want to see where they impact the basketball. Smith spins through the lane. Off. Great hustle by the Zink sisters to pull down that rebound. Here's Laws open on the left baseline. She scores.
Nice jumper there.
Juliet Laws in the books. 2 points for her, 39 for the Bulldogs. They have a 24-point lead. Wow, that was great footwork there. Surprising no travel, but Carlisle able to get free. Puts it up and off the glass. She has 9. 17 points total for the Kingsmen. 9 of those from Carlisle. Shot on the way and missed by Zink. Great hustle by Allard. Gets it up and back off the glass. He has 4.
Yeah, we forget that player of the year is offense and defense, and that's what Allard shows.
Back into transition. Eva Zink pressing the action and dribbles it off of her foot. Turnover Bedford. 41-17 is your score. 3:17 to go here in the third quarter. Some of the Londonderry squad picking up their bags and heading for the exits, probably trying to get a scout in on this second of 2 semifinals being played here at Exeter High School. Again, they won their first semifinal by 15. 51-36 was the final of that game. And we'll face the winner here in the finals on Saturday. Offensive rebound and putback by Brooklyn Robbins. She's in the books with 2. Excuse me, that was Carlisle. It looked like number 24, but it was 33. Carlisle has 12 now. Bounce pass. McCarthy for 3. Up high, down low. Count it.
I love it when you know your center wants to come out, prove that they can also hit 3.
McCarthy and Allard both have that range for 3-point shots throughout the season, have done well. Now another one on the way from Carlisle, short. Long 3-pointer, just not enough legs there. Annie Zink comes away with it. Up quick. Now Eva Zink. Push pass to Mel McCarthy for 3 again. Too strong that time. Pulled away by Carlisle. She's out trying to push the action. Right-hand side, picks up her dribble. Passes to Emma Smith. Now back up top for Kate Smith. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Bulldogs ahead 44-19. A little rocker step there. You like to see that. Kate Smith, fake to her right, goes over her left shoulder and hits the mid-range jumper. She has 9.
Yeah, she's also got big touch, you know, good touch for a big. She had a 3 earlier. That looked nice.
Still just 2 scorers for the Kingsmen as Annie Zink will get called for a travel. Lily Carlisle with 12, Kate Smith with 9. That makes up their 21 points. Leading the way for the Bulldogs is Mel McCarthy. She has 11. 10 points for Sarah Muir as their top 2 scorers. 44-21. Just under a minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. A pass here looking for Kate Smith was Carlisle, and they miscommunicated. That ball trickles out of bounds. Turnover Kingsman. The Bulldogs will go back on the offensive side with just over a minute to go here in the third quarter. Annie Zink calls for a little support from her left. Crossover dribble, gets into the lane. Off the backboard, no good. Rebound pulled down, finds its way to Laws. Zink says, hey, let's calm down here a little bit and set up our offense. McCarthy down low to Laws on the back cut. Beautiful cut for Laws. Nice vision by McCarthy finding her, and Laws puts in the lay-in. 4 points now for Laws.
Yeah, Laws just a freshman. I think, they're going to need her the next 3 years to kind of take, work with Zink and Muir and be that third guard.
Nice little pop to get open by Emma Smith in the lane. She hits the jumper. She now has 2. Here's Grace Wolf. Over for Ella Allard, who has checked in. Laws tries to dribble through the lane. The ball gets knocked away and turned over. Here's Smith in transition. Lefty lay-in. Nice lay-in for Emma Smith. She has 4 quick points on back-to-back baskets. Still a 21-point lead for the Bulldogs, 46-25 as we approach the end of the third quarter. Zink tries to drive hard. That ball gets batted away and off her leg, so it will be Concord Christian ball with 8.9 seconds remaining.
Let's see if they can get a drop of play, get one shot off.
It'll be tough as the Bulldogs are now extending full court defense. Here's Emma Smith trying to get some room. Laws does wise to pull away. Smith all the way to the basket, fouls, and it goes. Emma Smith took it hard to the rack. 2.2 seconds to go. She'll go to the line and try to pick up the natural 3-point play.
Emma Smith shooting one.
That was Grace Wolf picking that foul up. That's her 3rd. And the free throw is on the way and misses off left. So the Bulldogs are able to escape the insult to the injury, but they do let up a late lay-in, and the score will be 46-27 after 3.
Yeah, it looked
Bulldogs
like
ahead by 19.
It looked like that game was going to get out of control. I think the Bulldogs were up 25. But give credit to Concord because they stayed in, they stayed composed, got some good looks, got some easy looks, got Emma Smith going maybe. That might be some confidence for her. I mean, it's 19 points, definitely not easy, but definitely not over yet, not ready to put in the bench.
And again, just marvelous defense as the Bulldogs have let up just 27 points through 3 quarters. 46 for them. Some great plays left and right. You're seeing some of those replays. We just also want to make sure that we're thanking our underwriters. Both BCTV and WBNH would like to thank our underwriters for supporting our live sports coverage. Primary Bank, Wicks Insurance Group, Interim Healthcare of Manchester, Nelson Real Estate of New Hampshire, and Great New Hampshire Restaurants, T-Bones, and the Copper Door. We really appreciate our underwriters. Some updates on the rebound totals. The Bulldogs have 30 rebounds to just 15 for Concord Christian. 13 offensive rebounds. Again, just hitting those boards hard, really trying to get after those second chance opportunities. I think 8 minutes back on the board. We're ready for the fourth quarter. Go ahead, Mike.
I think the stat from our stat room is that probably never happened before. 13-13 in the turnover categories.
And there's another turnover here by Carlisle, so now we're uneven.
But I don't think, my guess is the difference is usually double digits between Bedford and whatever opponent they're playing. The fact that they've turned the ball over just as much as Concord Christian is pretty amazing. But
looks like the Concord Christian defense is switched up here, playing a little zone, trying to get a trap here and there, and a turnover. Almost got one there. Grace Wolf from the corner, long 2-pointer, no good. Laws there for the rebound and a putback. 6 points now for Laws. Nice place, great place, right time. Puts it back up and in for the easy bucket. 48-21, long 3-point attempt is good. Emma Smith from way downtown. As you said, they're getting a little bit of daylight and pulling the trigger. Smith now with 9. That was a long one.
We knew she'd get going, or at least they'd make her try to get going, and she is.
Laws cross-court pass. Finds Wolf. Back to Grace Wolf. Allard down low, gets triple teamed. The ball gets ripped away. And the Kingsmen come up with a nice defensive stand. Here's Carlisle. Looks to go hard to the basket. 2 steps, gets fouled. Can't get it to go as it just trickles off the rim. But it looks like Wolf might pick up her 4th foul, and it is.
Good to see Sarah Muir back on the bench. Doesn't seem to have, no ice or nothing, so she got taken care of, and she looks, I don't know if she'll go back in. Probably not unless they, need her. I don't think they'd risk it, but good to see that she's smiling and looks to be doing well.
Lily Carlisle hits the front end. And absolutely great to see Sarah Muir back on the bench there. As you talked about, took a tough fall there in the 3rd quarter. Hit her back, maybe her head. We don't want to speculate too much there, but Lily Carlisle hits the 2nd of 2. Concord Christian does have their work cut out for them, but they have started this 4th quarter nicely as they are on an 11-3 run to start, forcing these Bulldogs into tough shots. McCarthy down into the lane, gets some room, gets the lay-in to go, and she has 13. Good patience and great footwork there from McCarthy as she took her time, took the pressure, got whacked on the way. Good defense, but then was able to lay it in. Carlisle here on the offensive side forces a shot, no good. Bulldogs clear the boards, and they're back on the offensive end. 6 minutes to go in this game. 50-32 is your score, an 18-point lead for the Bulldogs. Big to big pass there. McCarthy can't get it to go. Laws is there for the rebound. Into the lane, gets it up, dangles on the rim and falls. Hit just about every piece of that rim and finally went down for Laws. She has 8 points now for the freshman. And as you said, Coach Gibbs has to be absolutely thrilled with the production from this young squad on the court.
Yeah, I mean, I always think the amazing thing about Laws, she didn't play her 8th grade year. She was injured, had a bad knee injury, took the whole year off, took her a little time in the beginning of the year, but now you can see she's in great basketball shape, running the floor, running the point, finishing.
These Bulldogs getting contributions from Eva Zink, who had 9 first-half points, a freshman. Juliet Laws, 8 points here in the 2nd half, a freshman. And Coach Gibbs, again, thrilled with that output from this squad. Seeing the tournament bracket here right now, you don't see it on the radio, obviously, but Londonderry has gone through to the finals as they were able to beat Windham here in the semifinal in the first of 2 games. They beat Salem in the quarterfinal round and Nashua South in the first round. Bedford looking to join them in the finals as they are playing Concord Christian. They were able to take care of Exeter in the previous round, as well as Manchester Central/West team in the first round. We will have Suburban Underground with Steve on right after the game this evening. So if you are listening on 105.1 WBNH, that regular programming will be with you shortly. 5:34 to go in the game. The Bulldogs ahead by 20. 52-32 is your score here at Exeter Gymnasium in the girls Division I basketball semifinals. Tipped out of bounds there. Nice defensive play by the Bulldogs. They've settled. Coach Gibbs has talked it over. And he's going to try to get this Bulldog squad back on track here in the 4th. Concord Christian was on an 11-3 run there. Now the Bulldogs look to stem that tide. Laws picks up a pick. Over to Eva Zink. Annie Zink down low. McCarthy gets double teamed. Nice defensive play there by Kate Smith. And Lily Carlisle on the double team. Carlisle gets a little bit of room. Pulls from 3, too strong. McCarthy with the defensive board. Up quick to Allard. Allard can't get the basket to go, but she's fouled on the way to the rim. And she'll shoot 2.
It's a good foul. I mean, you need to take that, make her make 2 free throws. That's an easy layup.
Emmy LeBeau will pick up that foul, just her 2nd. Allard will go to the line for the first time tonight. Bends her knees, shot is on the way. Just gets over that front rim and falls. Bounces around just a touch. And now the second deep knee bend. Shot is on the way. Also short, and this time it doesn't fall. 1 of 2 from the line for Allard. 53-32, a 21-point lead for the Bulldogs. Smith hard off the glass, too hard, and it comes away to Eva Zink for the Bulldogs. Just over 4.5 to go in this game. 53-32. The Bulldogs ahead by 21. Zink spins away from pressure into the lane, and now her pass up top gets tipped, and it's a turnover. Laws gets a hand in on Carlisle, and now a block by Eva Zink as Carlisle tried to push the action. Allard settles things down. Drives hard righty on the baseline. Good defense there as she gets cut off. McCarthy's 3 is too strong. Laws with the offensive board. Eva Zink can't get the baseline jumper, and the defensive board comes away to Carlisle. Carlisle settles things down. The senior here has 14 points tonight. It's been averaging 19 throughout the regular season. Three-pointer on the way here. No good as Robbins was off. McCarthy pulls down the defensive rebound, and Zink will walk things over half court and settle. 3.5 to go in this game. 21-point lead for the Bulldogs. Laws up top, swings it, far side, Zink. Allard in the post, passes out of it. Eva Zink shot, can't get it off right. Defensive board pulled away by the Kingsmen. And here's Emma Smith pushing the action, and she gets fouled on the jumper. She'll go to the line as Allard picks up her second.
Allard, that is her second.
Yeah, with 21-point lead, 3 minutes left. I mean, I think as long as Bedford just patience and doesn't force things, you know, they should be able to actually punch their ticket to the game on Saturday against Londonderry.
You would think so, as they would try to nurse this lead a little bit. 20-point lead as Smith hits the front end. A couple of substitutions for Coach Gibbs. 3:13 on the clock. We are seeing a couple of people trickle out of the doors. Smith's second is on the way and good. 11 points now for Emma Smith. Just over 3 to go, and Annie Zink forces the action. Now she'll pull it out. Laws, top center. She's going to get harassed and fouled up top by Carlisle.
Yeah, I mean, Concord Christian got a look. They got only 2 team fouls. They got 2 more to give before they're in penalty. So they can be ultra aggressive, go for the steal, almost want that, get to that 4th foul so they can start putting them on the line.
Yeah, sure. So a little bit of time before they get into the bonus situation. Inbound to Allard. She'll calm things. She'll take a long shot, and it's rebounded by Laws. Laws put together a great game here. She's needed to help off the bench. Little baseline floater goes, and she's got 10 points.
She's efficient. She doesn't do too much. You see, for a guard, gets a lot of rebounds.
Just so many options for Coach Gibbs. Smith blocked. Great defensive play by Ava Collins. Tied up on the floor as the players hustle for it, and possession is in favor of the Bulldogs. 2:27 to go in this game. 55-34, a 21-point lead for the Bulldogs.
Ava Collins, another freshman, getting some minutes here in the semifinals. Nice little block for her.
Allard comes all the way back to inbound. Full court pressure from Concord Christian. She finds Zink on the pass in. Zink gets it over the timeline. Laws will settle. Ticking down to 2 minutes. There was Ella Allard. And now Collins back up top. Laws down in the corner. Ella Allard up fake, kicks to the top. Bulldogs here just trying to run out clock as we are just over 2 minutes to go. Pass to Allard is tipped away by Carlisle and out of bounds, and we are right on the number. 2 minutes left in this game. Coach Gibbs empties his bench. The Bedford faithful cheer with exuberance as Kate Allard and Annie Zink head for the bench. Inbound pass goes off the back of Karina Caminini, but luckily bounces right to Laws. Ella Allard drives to the hoop, and she'll get an opportunity at the free throw as she gets whacked on the way to the rim.
I mean, we talk about Londonderry game, obviously, a little premature, but I'll risk it. On paper, you see Bedford beat Londonderry by 7, but keep in mind that was in Bedford. And for people not at the game, Bedford was down 9 in the 4th quarter. They made a huge comeback. So it's, you know, neutral site. It's going to be a good game. It's going to go either way. It's going to be single digits. It's going to be a battle.
It sure will be a battle. State finals again on Saturday, 4 p.m. from UNH Lundholm Gymnasium as Ella Allard hits the second of 2, 56-34. The Bulldogs ahead by 22. Concord Christian trying to do what they can in these last 90 seconds to get a few more points on the board. Long 3 on the way, no good. Rebounded by Camineni. Crossover dribble, kicks to the corner. Collins, she'll drive the lane. Jump stop, tries to get the shot up. She's blocked. Kick it out up top to Isabella Landis. Now left side, Ella Allard. Her pass back to Laws. Nice ball handling there to escape the pressure by Laws. She gets fouled by Emma Smith. Minute 10 left here in the state semifinals, and it looks like Coach Gibbs will have the opportunity to defend the Division I girls basketball championship that they earned last year. Good run here for Coach Gibbs. Again, an undefeated regular season at 18-0. Clearly 2 wins here in the playoffs, looking for number 3 and 4 hopefully on Saturday, as we are inside a minute to go. Again, nice move here by Ella Allard, taking it to the rack. She's got 3. 45 seconds to go, and Coach Carlisle will take a timeout for the Kingsmen. She'll empty her bench in a sign of submission there. The Bulldogs will be moving on to face Londonderry on Saturday. A couple other quick broadcast notes. The boys basketball semifinals are on Wednesday at 7:30 versus Exeter. We'll broadcast that on WBNH Live 105.1 on your radio dial, and then you'll have the replay on TV shortly thereafter. And if they win, the boys will play in the finals on Sunday, also from UNH Lundholm Gymnasium, against either Portsmouth or Keene, who are the other teams in the semifinals.
I'm going on record. I know it's controversial, but considering Bedford and Londonderry each only have 1 senior starters, they will be back in the championship next year against each other.
Wow.
You heard it here.
Look at that. Nostratov making his predictions here. I like it. Concord Christian on the offensive end as this clock ticks down inside 30 seconds. Again, this relentless defense for the Bulldogs just does not stop despite these substitutions playing a lot of this last few minutes. 28 seconds to go, and the Kingsmen looking for some last points here. 58-34 is the score. The Bulldogs hold a 24-point lead, and we'll wrap this one up shortly. Baines up top for the Kingsmen, drives hard, righty, blocked on the way to the rim. Ella Allard comes away with it. Collins up quick, she pulls it back out. Here's Landis, back to Allard. They'll settle things down. I imagine Coach Gibbs does not want another shot attempt here as he cheers on his players running out these last 5 seconds. And that'll do it here from Exeter High School, Exeter Gymnasium. The Bulldogs will close it out. 58-34 is the final. Bulldogs advance to the second straight state championship final game. This one on Saturday from UNH. Final rebound numbers. The Bulldogs, as they had done throughout the game, dominant on the glass. 41 total rebounds to just 16 from Concord Christian. And again, 17 offensive boards to just 2 for the Kingsman, you noted that earlier. You hadn't seen one, and numbers showed it. Mike, any closing thoughts here from tonight's ball game?
I mean, what we expected, you know, we knew it wasn't going to be what Bedford's seen. It's not going to be that 40-point blowout. Concord Christian's just too tough. But, you know, we mentioned just, you know, Bedford with their defense, their fast break, they're just too hard. Concord Christian was slightly outmatched. I will give them credit. 120 high school students. That means probably 60 girls, and they put that team on the court. That's impressive.
Impressive it is. Just not enough tonight on this overpowering Bedford squad. Bedford comes away with the victory. Top scorers for each team. Melody McCarthy led the way for the Bulldogs, 13 points for her. Two others in double digits. A surprising Juliet Laws, all in the second half, had 10 points. Great contribution from the freshman, as well as 10 points from Sarah Muir, who missed most of the fourth quarter with that tough tumble. We hope she's okay for the game on Saturday. Top scorers for Concord Christian, 14 points for Lily Carlisle and 11 points for Emma Smith, all in the second half there as she turned on the offensive juice. Final score again here, 58-34. We want to say thank you to our crew. Eric Chellis from Blue Hawk TV helping us out on the Exeter side of things, hosting us very nicely. We also had Bill Jennings on camera. Andrew Fenn back in the studio helping coordinate replays and the BC TV production. Harry Kozlowski running the radio board. We appreciate all of your help. For Mike Topp, I'm Corey Munster-Tiger for WBNH and BC TV. Have a great night. We'll see you very soon.